guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are at Arby's. Another time. I never thought I would say this, but you guys know, if you guys watched my Arby's video, that it was honestly the best fast food burger that I have ever had in my entire life. So after that video, you guys recommended that I try to come back to Arby's and try some of their other items. So I actually am letting you guys choose what I get during this little mukbang. So I'm excited about that. I took some screenshots of these recommendations, and you guys recommended that I try the classic roast beef, curly fries, a Dr. Pepper. I am not the biggest fan of Dr. Pepper. We're gonna try it. Someone also said that they have the best mozzarella sticks ever. What was the other one? Oh, their beef and cheddar sandwich. We're gonna give it a try. I mean, I trust you guys. That's all I have to say. What can I get for you? Hi there. Could I have a classic roast beef? Could we make that a meal with curly fries and a Dr. Pepper? Okay. A 4-piece mozzarella stick? Do you guys have a beef and cheddar sandwich? We do. Yeah, could I have that? And could I also have a strawberry lemonade? Just a small one? Just small. And then I think that's it.
All right, it's gonna be $16.76.
Thank you.
No problem.
She seems so friendly.
$16.76.
Perfect, thank you.
No problem.
We got the goods. It just took so long that I finally just like turned off my camera because it was just so long. I was like, Let's start off with the classic. I don't know if you guys saw, wait, what is this? No, this is not it. I don't know if you guys saw the Arby's video that I tried the burger, like I said, best burger ever. But I mentioned in there that I've never been a big Arby's fan because I don't really like roast beef. So I could be going into this super biased, but we're just gonna do it. So this one right here was I think they said this was the classic roast beef. Yeah, so this one is the classic roast beef. I am super scared. It doesn't even look good. I'm sorry. Like, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised, but like, what about that looks good? To me, ew, this just reminds me of like bodily flesh. Like, that's kind of what it looks like. Or like, I don't know, like this freaks me out. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just reminds me of like skin. Like, I don't know. Come. This is just taking me a moment because I have a very strong feeling I'm not going to like it. Okay, wait. That's not the worst thing that I've ever had. It's actually like not that bad. It's just like, hold on. It's not bad. I think I'm like psyching myself out. I think like, because I've never actually had Arby's, like these sandwiches. They just look so gross to me. I'm sorry, but that just looks gross. Ew, and it's like brown. I don't know. I'm just not about it. It kind of reminds me of turkey though. This is what this kind of tastes like. Okay, Okay. Is it horrible? No. Is it bad? No. Is it good? I don't know. I don't think I would ever get it again. There's something, I don't know if you guys are a texture person, but there's something about this. It's not bad. It's just, it's something about it that freaks me out. It's not the worst thing. So Messy Room Studios told me to get that and curly fries, which I'm very happy about. They also gave me a bunch of ranch, which was amazing. The woman was like, I'm just gonna give you 3, like, so you have plenty. I said, thank you. I think she wanted to give me enough so that I had enough for my fries and my mozzarella sticks. I put ranch on absolutely everything. Like, I don't know. I'm from Pittsburgh, and a lot of people from Pittsburgh do it too, so I don't know if it's like a regional thing. When I went to LA, people thought I was crazy because I put ranch on my hot dogs, I put ranch on my mac and cheese. Anything that you could possibly put ranch on, I will put it on. The ranch is actually really good. Messy Room Studios also recommended that I get a Diet Pepper. Or, sorry, a Dr. Pepper. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. We'll give that a shot. Oh my gosh, I just almost spilled it everywhere. It's actually not bad. I don't typically get a Dr. Pepper, but it's not horrible. It's really not that bad. I'm trying to decide whether or not I should tell you guys my cult story in this video, or if I should wait for another video to do it in. Whatever, we're just gonna do it in this video. So I almost joined a cult on accident. I know that sounds like super bizarre, but I actually almost joined a cult on accident. So this story goes back so far. Maybe I shouldn't have put it in this video, but whatever. This might just be a long video, but it's because of the cult story. So, and it's actually a pretty interesting one, but it's also kind of scary at the same time. I don't know. So there's gonna be some serious bits to this, some not. But, so I was in a coffee shop with my friend, maybe I won't name them, but with a girlfriend and a guy friend. And I go to the restroom and I come back and there's like this man sitting at our table. And I was like, what is going on? And it's this man from Kenya, super awesome, cool, like super cool dude. And all of a sudden he was like, I don't know, like I don't want this story to come off as like bad against Christianity. I'm a Christian, I love the Lord, but cults are real. So, and he was just talking to us and everything, and he started talking about speaking in tongues, and I was like, oh yeah, like I've never been able to speak in tongues, but I know it's real because like the Bible talks about it. And he goes, we're gonna speak in tongues right now, like we're gonna do it. And whatever, he had like a little, like, I don't know, we tried to speak in tongues. I felt like I made it up, but my girlfriend who was sitting at the table, she was like, yeah, I think I spoke in tongues, like all this stuff. He gave us like his number and everything. I never really reached out or anything because I just, you know, he was an older guy, young girls, like I don't know, I try to like steer clear of those kind of situations just in case. A couple months go later, couple months go by, and I actually had this really, really, really crazy experience with speaking in tongues. I was at church. It was so bizarre. Sorry if there's like road noises. I'm like literally the drive-throughs right here. But it was the craziest experience because I was at midweek prayer and I was praying, and all of a sudden, guys, this was actually crazy. I don't know if you guys are even gonna believe me. It's fine if you don't, but I literally, it was the most bizarre thing ever. If you guys don't believe in speaking in tongues, just really like dive into the word, because speaking in tongues is so real, but I do think people can make it up, absolutely. So I was at midweek prayer, I'm praying, all the stuff, the music's really loud, so like it's kind of like it's like alone time, like alone prayer, but you're also like with everyone, if that makes sense. So you're not really hearing anyone else's prayer, like the music's really loud, like you're just praying. And all of a sudden I just start praying, and all of a sudden like these foreign words started coming out of my mouth. It was the craziest thing. Like words that were not English started coming out of my mouth, and my brain is going crazy because I was like what is coming out of my mouth right now? Like this is the craziest thing. So like words are coming out of my mouth at the same time that my brain is panicking because I'm like, what is going on? This is the craziest thing that has ever happened to me. Like what the heck? I'm actually speaking in tongues. This is absolutely insane. So my brain is going 100 miles an hour, and then at the same time I hear a man across the aisle from me, and I can hear him speaking in tongues, but I can also hear what he's saying. It was the craziest thing. And so he's speaking in a whole nother language, but he's also like saying a prayer of thanks. It was so bizarre. You guys don't have to believe me, it's totally fine, but that was like my one and only experience with actually speaking in tongues. So anyhow, after that experience, I hit up this man, and I was like, yo, speaking in tongues is real. I just had this super crazy experience. And he was like, we need to meet up again. Like I need to, like we should talk about how to properly speak in tongues, like how to use it, how not to use it. I said, yes, let's do it. I was on fire for the Lord. I was like, this is real, like, this is crazy, which it still was crazy, and it still was real. I 100% spoke in tongues, and I had control over it. I could have stopped it, but like my brain, like, it was weird. I just, like, my brain, I had no clue what was being said. It was bizarre. I'm gonna try these. Okay, mozzarella sticks are bomb. So Kate Dawson is the one who recommended the mozzarella sticks, and you were so right, girl. These are amazing. Anywho, back to my story. Sorry, it's hard for me to like eat and tell a story at the exact same time, but we're trying to do it. So anywho, I hit this man up. He's like, yeah, we need to meet again. So we meet up again, and this man gives me like a full-blown Bible study on speaking in tongues, and everything he said came straight out of scripture. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was like, this is crazy. And so we continued to keep meeting, and he's teaching me about everything. Like, it was so cool. He gave me a whole in-depth lesson on like speaking in tongues, how to properly use it, because like a lot of people were like misusing it in the Bible. So like that's why there's like a whole section on like how to properly speak in tongues, because people were just super misusing it and all that stuff. And so like he gave me a lesson on that, and then he started, like, I have so many questions about the Bible. I'm a very curious person, like, and also if you can't answer my question, I'm not gonna believe you. Like, you can't just like tell me something and not back it up, like, you know. And so everything he said was backed up by scripture. I was like, this is crazy. He starts telling me about soul sleep. He started telling me about like all this stuff. And then he was like, I actually have these classes, like, if you want to take these classes. I said, yes, of course I want to take these classes. But then he mentioned that he was a part of an organization. I don't think I'm gonna mention the organization, but he mentioned that he was a part of this organization, and I looked it up, and the first thing that pops up is survivors. I don't know about you guys, but like, if the first thing that pops up when you type in your church is survivors, I think there's something going on. I don't think I want to be a part of that. So he texted me the one day, and he's like, hey, I have the registration for this class. And I was like, hey, like, I don't think I'm gonna sign up for it, but like, I'll definitely meet up with you and like talk to you about it. And so we sit down, and he's like talking to me about the classes and all this stuff. And I was like very hesitant. Like, he wanted me to sign up right then and there. And I also wanted to take the paper with me, and he wouldn't let me take the paper with me. So I was like, that's super weird. Yeah, it was just super sketch. And so, and I asked him, because I told him, I was like, hey, I don't really want to sign right now, but, you know, and he was like, well, what's your hesitation? Like, I'm here. Like, let me answer all of your questions. And keep in mind, this guy is so friendly. Like, so friendly. Like, the nicest person ever. Like, I wish I was still friends with him. But, yeah, it was just, he was so nice. But he was in a cult that I am too scared to be a part of. And so, but yeah, he's like, so what's your hesitation? Like, and he just gives me like, he's so good at like knowing the Bible. He knows like all of these Bible verses. You could ask him a question, he'll just instantly know like the answer. Well, my first red flag was the fact that I looked up the organization and survivors came up. The second red flag was when I started like, the fact that I didn't want to sign up for the class right away, and he was being like really weird about it. The third thing that really freaked me out was he started bringing out magazines. So one thing to know about Jehovah's Witnesses, this cult was a Jehovah's Witness, but like they believe that their magazines are like basically like Bibles. Like, they take everything as like truth and blah blah. That's why they always hand out those pamphlets and stuff. Well, he brought out this magazine, and he was talking about how just like he was going like word by word, like going through these magazines, and I don't know. So that was the other creepy thing that freaked me out. And then I started realizing like classes, like this is how Scientology gets you. Also, this cult was not Scientology, but like that's how Scientology gets to you, is like they have you take these classes, and like little by little they basically like they start you off with really cheap classes, like $50 classes that you can do, and it's all about like self-improvement and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden like you keep getting in, and things start getting more expensive, and they start brainwashing you, and it just gets really freaky. And so I was like, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I am interested in these classes. So then I do a little bit more research, because before I tell him no, I just wanted to do a little bit more research, because he gave me a deadline. He's like, okay, I just need to know by Friday. So I started looking up this organization, and I realized that maybe this isn't a big deal to you guys, but not only is this a cult, there was multiple people on YouTube that had like a similar experience to me, where like they meet a guy randomly at a coffee shop and like they're super friendly and they're like just showing you all this stuff about the Bible, and then they suck you into the classes, and then all of a sudden like you start going to classes, and then like I don't know, it just like it gets progressively weirder, and they don't believe in the like they don't believe in the Trinity. So like that was another thing where I was like, dude, if you don't believe that Jesus is God and they're equal, but they're obviously different because it's like Father, Son, Holy Spirit, but at the same time they're equal. Like in the Bible it talks about that. I think it's like John 5, they talk about like that's the reason why he was killed, was because he made himself equal to God, and that's like word for word in the Bible. And so I was like, oh gosh, like if I don't know, it was just too many creepy things. And so finally I was just like, hey, I don't really feel comfortable. And then he was like, you should call me right now. Like as soon as I said that, like I don't feel comfortable anymore, he was like, you should call me. And so I never did. And then he ended up sending me like this really long text message about like just like because I told him, I was like, I don't think I should be continuing to get Bible lessons from you if you don't believe that Jesus is God. Like I don't really think that if our core belief is different, I don't think we should do it. And he sent me like literally a book of like basically like why I'm wrong. And I don't know, and then I talked to some friends about it, and they were all like, whoa, like that is a cult, like stay away from that, I've heard about them before. It was crazy. That was a little bit of a long story, I'm so sorry, but I had to share it. So that was the time I almost joined a cult. But what made me so sad about it was the fact that I really liked this guy. He was so nice, but in reality, like that's what cult like people are, is they're super nice, they get you in, and once you're in, you're in. And that just freaks me out. And I'm definitely someone who would be susceptible to a cult. Like I'm the same girl. I've been to Scientology like 3 times now, and each time I eat it up. I just think it's so cool. I mean, obviously it's a cult and it's scary and I don't actually want to be a part of it, but like they'll give you like IQ tests and like personality tests, and I'm like so in. I'm like, let's do it. I'm down for a personality test. And so yeah, I've went like 3 times now, and each time I eat it up. I think it's the coolest thing. It's like scary. It's kind of like an adrenaline rush because it's terrifying, but it's also like kind of cool at the same time. I don't know. Okay, we still have items to try. I need to like stop talking. So we tried the curly fries, we tried the mozzarella sticks. We haven't tried the beef and cheddar. Is that just like a sandwich? Oh, ew! I don't think I like this. I mean, the bun looks very delicious, but again, it's literally the same thing. The only difference is that it has cheddar. Tasha Lynn was the one who recommended this. Tasha Lynn, we're gonna give it a try. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I did that because I wanted to get a bite with the cheddar in it. Oopsie. Okay, we'll just take a bite on this side. Oopsie, my bad. Way to destroy it. I just want to get the cheddar. This one's actually not bad. I feel like the cheddar kind of like disguises like the texture of the beef. Never mind. I just can't get over it. I cannot get over the texture of that. For some reason, it just reminds me of skin. I don't know. There's something about that I don't like. I told you guys though going in that I am gonna be a little biased, considering like I just don't like roast beef. Never really been my thing. Not approved by me. But then there's a girl named Courtney Raine. She's the one who recommended this. This is a strawberry lemonade. She's been following me for literally since the very first video. This one was worth it. Yes. The mozzarella sticks, the Dr. Pepper, the curly fries, those were good. Sandwiches, not as much. But the thing with cults they are so freaky because like they can be really dangerous. Like they could be really scary when you join and stuff. And like I'm fascinated by Scientology, but I'm also terrified. Kaylee and I, we did a video where we were gonna do a vlog where we go to the Church of Scientology and we go undercover. And from the moment we arrived on that campus, they like knew something was up. It was so weird. They like security followed us the whole time. It was super freaky. And I remember I took one photo of the, like there's like a whole street in LA literally called like RG Hubbard or whatever his name is, like something Hubbard. There's a whole row, like road dedicated just to him alone, and it's named after him. And then like the Church of Scientology like lives all along this road. Super interesting. And yeah, I took one photo of that sign, and immediately I had a security guard behind me being like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, actually I'm looking for the visitor center." And he like walked me there, and from the moment we walked in, we were separated. Like me and Kaylee could not be together. It was so bizarre. It was just so weird. I don't know. It fascinates me, but it freaks me out. And I'm also like not trying to get brainwashed, because like I am definitely, I don't know about you guys, but I'm super gullible. And I mean, even just like sitting and listening to that guy, like, if that's the other thing about like religious cults, is like they can get you on the small things, they can get you on the big things. Like first they get you in and like they have you start believing like the small things, like soul sleep. I started believing in soul sleep. I still don't even know. And even like just with that, I was only interacting with him for about a month, but even after my encounter with him, I literally started questioning whether or not I believed in the Trinity because of all of it. Sorry if you guys aren't religious, like sorry, but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that I almost joined a cult, and then I called my mom and I was like, "Have you ever heard of this cult?" Like I don't know, I was like, "Is this like bad? Should I not be interacting with this guy?" And my mom was like, "Just be careful." Like, I don't know, it was interesting to say the least. I just would have never thought that this very nice man would have been in a cult. Oh well. And it made me sad too, because I was calling him my own personal rabbi, because he was like, I could call him and I could ask him any question and he knew the answer to everything. It was actually super fascinating, and I wish I could find someone else that would do that for me. These are so good. Oh no, I really need to clean out my car. This is about it for this video. I love you guys. Let me know if you guys are a part of a cult, or if you've ever been a part of a cult. Yep, I think we're gonna end the video here. Bye guys.